day passes, no money for 2, no money for 3, no money for 4. Business isn't going well. We're doing something wrong. We don't know how to make money. Honestly, I always wanted to be in business. And just as I finished my external studies, the first thing I did was register a company, a private commercial firm called Sinmar Commerce. Since there were no employees, I offered the positions to my classmates. Come work for me. They don't proceed externally. And I say, if we don't succeed, this was in November, then in the spring, you'll go to your work sites as per assignment.
What year was that?
And if we succeed, then I will buy you out. Back then, they introduced the practice of buying back bottles to allow free distribution. Many young people probably won't understand this, but I think for the generation that understand this. So in November 1991, we registered a private commercial company. Everything is good, we're happy, and we think that's it. We've got a business registered. The days go by and there's no money. 2 days, none. 3 days, none. No business.
It is coming.
I think we're doing something wrong. We don't know how to make money. Nobody knows anything. The only business guide I've ever read in my life is Theodore Dreiser's Trilogy of Desire, The Financier,
and
The
Titans.
Titans. Yes, those ones. Got it, Frank Cowper's Mercy, but there weren't really any railways to buy up there. So then I said, all right, I'll ask my course mate, listen, when you registered, what did you see? He says, when I was registering at the Justice Department, there was a crowd. Everyone wants to get into business. I said, all right, so what's our problem now? What's the problem? We have no business. I said, no. Where are we sitting right now? We had no office. We were sitting in an apartment. In the living room of my apartment, I said, we have no furniture. We don't have an office desk. We don't have chairs either. So does that mean no one has any of this stuff? And would you believe it? It just happens to be on November 8th, I have a registration in Kyiv. My spouse and I are going to the registry office, and I just fell in love with their table. And she reads, do you agree to take your wife there? Meanwhile, I'm rummaging under the couch. And that's how it is. Yes, I agree. And once, the label. And in Soviet times, the label was at the bottom. Then she agreed, yes, and asked. My wife is sitting next to me. She won't understand. I reached under the chair. She had a ball. Yes, I agree. And then the second announcer put it in his pocket. You're coming. It turns out the chairs are made at the Almaty factory in Campbell. And the chairs are made at the Kokshetau furniture factory. Right away, we sat down, started talking, made a deal. A carload of chairs, a carload of dining tables. But you need money. At that time, Germany opened a special bank called Wiedergeburt Bank. This is the bank of revival for Germans so they won't move to Germany. And one of my colleagues was Robert Steiner. I'm telling you, Robert, your star has set. There's that idiot at the Wiedergeburt Bank threatening Germany with his return. Germany responds to him, wouldn't 100 pieces of Astap Ibrahimovic be enough? Subscribe $1. Well, we're under contract. It's a carload of chairs.
Beautiful.
Yep. What? You said settle it.
Probably stamps back then.
Dollars.
Right?
Hooray.
Dollar.
We took those dollars, bought a ton of wagons and chairs, and they just sold out instantly. And we liked it, so we began working, then moved our office to the Inkambil factory.
Then they bought the factory.
We got to the point where we were going to buy a factory, and then we realized that you can actually make more money with grain. And they started dealing with grain exporting.
So it's good that you got married. Without the registration, there wouldn't be anything. No furniture.
It would have been.
No wheat.
No, well, I'd have found it not necessarily in the registry office. I'd have torn off the tag in Vilnius in another establishment.
What other businesses were you involved in besides furniture and wheat?
At that time,
throughout the entire business life.
I dabbled in pretty much everything I could. Telecommunications, finance, all kinds, including banking, leasing, this forfeiting